Be me. Dating this girl for months. Coffee, walks, late talks, my place, parks, anywhere that isn't hers. Every time I joke about coming over, she laughs it off like it's nothing. Next time, it's messy. Another day. Eventually, I stop pushing, because every time I mention her apartment, her face does a weird micro glitch, like she's remembering something she doesn't want to remember. One evening, it starts raining. The kind of rain that soaks you in seconds. Her bus gets delayed. My jacket is already surrendering. She's standing outside her building with keys in hand, staring at the door like it might bite her. "You can wait inside," she says. Quiet voice. I smile. "Sure." She doesn't move. Then she takes a breath. Deep, shaky, and looks at me like she's about to confess a felony. "Okay," she says, "but if you laugh, I'm never speaking to you again." Blink. Laugh? She nods fast like she's trying to outrun the embarrassment. I mean it. I know it's stupid. I know it's childish. Just, please don't. I raise my hands. I promise. She studies my face for a long second, searching for the tiniest smirk to convict me. Then she unlocks the door, step inside, freeze. Not messy, it's plushies everywhere. Couch, plushies, shelves, plushies, bed, plushies, windowsill, plushies, big ones, tiny ones, old ones with worn fur, new ones still perfect, like a soft army stationed in every corner. Bears, cats, rabbits, and creatures I can't even identify. It's quiet. She's behind me with arms crossed tight, barely breathing. "You don't have to say anything," she whispers. "I know how it looks." Turn around slowly. She isn't looking at the toys. She's watching me, waiting. Walk over to the bed, pick up a big teddy bear, a little crooked, like he's seen war. Hold it up, inspect it with maximum seriousness. "So," I say, "this one is clearly the leader." Her eyes widen. "What?" "This one runs the place," I continue, nodding like I'm explaining politics. "The others respect him. See the posture." She stares at me for 2 seconds. Then she laughs, covering her mouth, shoulders shaking. "Oh my God," she says between breaths. "You're ridiculous." My face when the tension evaporates out of her like steam. She leans against the wall, relief hitting her so hard it looks like she might sit down from it. "You're not weirded out?" she asks. Quiet, almost scared it's a trick. I look around again, the plush army just vibing. "No," I say when it comes out honest. "It feels cozy." She swallows. Realize nobody has ever called her apartment cozy before. She nods once. "Thank you," she whispers. And for the first time since I've known her, she doesn't look like she's hiding behind her own face. Silence after laughter, but it's different now. She moves around the apartment slowly, like she's suddenly aware of every footstep. She says, rubbing her arm. "You can sit, anywhere, just not on the penguins. They fall easily." Nod seriously. "Of course. Penguins are fragile." Small smile unlocked. I sit on the couch, carefully shift a plush fox to the side. She notices. "You don't have to do that." "I want to," I say. She hesitates, then sits across from me, hugging a small rabbit to her chest. We sit like that for a moment, then I ask gently, "How long have you been collecting?" She looks down at the rabbit. "A long time. Since I was a kid. My parents used to buy me one whenever I was scared of something." Nod. "That's a good reason." She blinks like she expected me to laugh and instead got validation. "You think so?" "Yeah. It means they helped you feel safe." Her grip tightens. She gestures toward the shelves. "That one," she says, pointing at a worn bear with one button eye. "I found at a flea market. I didn't even have money that day, but I couldn't leave him there." I smile. "He looks like he's seen things." She laughs softly. "He has." She stands, walks to the shelf, hands him to me. "Hold him." I do. Fabric old, soft, from years of being loved. She points around the room like she's mapping memories. "This one was my first paycheck. That one was a gift from a friend who doesn't talk to me anymore. That one," pause. "That one was after a really bad breakup." She stops talking. I don't interrupt, just listen. "I stopped showing this to people," she admits. "Every time I did, someone laughed, or said I should grow up, or asked when I'd finally throw them away." I look at her. "And did you ever want to?" She shakes her head immediately. No. Then that's your answer. She frowns. It still hurts. I know, I say. She looks surprised. You do? Yeah, I say. People make fun of things they don't understand, especially when those things matter. She stares at me for a long moment. Then she smiles. She sits closer this time, not touching, but closer than before. You're the first person who didn't treat this like a joke, she says. I shrug. It's not a joke to you. So why would it be one to me? She swallows. You make it feel less embarrassing. It was never embarrassing, I say. It was just private. Her eyes soften. She rests the rabbit on her lap, leans back against the couch, rain tapping on the window. And for the first time, her apartment feels lived in, not hidden. She doesn't dump the whole story at once. It comes in pieces. We're sitting on the floor now, backs against the couch, a pile of plush toys between us, like a soft wall. My ex hated them, she says suddenly, not angry, just tired. She said it was creepy, that I was embarrassing her. She joked about it in front of her friends. I laughed too, so it wouldn't look like it hurt. Feel something tighten in my chest. Did it? I ask. She nods once. A lot. She tells me about the usual dialogue. You'll grow out of it. Why do you still have these? You can't show this to people. So I stopped, she says. I just locked it away. Let everyone see the version of me that was easier. Look around the room. The plush army is literally the version that wasn't. And this is the version that wasn't, I say. She smiles sadly. Yeah. Phone buzzes while she's talking. I glance. Hesitate. Can I show you something? I ask. She tenses instantly. Is it a joke? No, I say quickly. Promise. She nods uncertain. I type a few words, turn the screen toward her. Adult plush collectors community. Her eyes widen like I just revealed a secret society. That's a thing? Apparently, I say. Forums, groups, people who collect specific brands. Some only collect bears. Some restore old plush toys. She leans closer. Wait, really? I scroll. There's a meetup next month. And a convention. And, wow, someone wrote a whole article about plush collecting helping with anxiety. She stares at the screen like it might vanish. They're adults. Very much so. And they're not ashamed? I meet her eyes. No. They're proud. She hugs her knees to her chest. Long second of silence. I thought I was just weird, she says quietly. Shake head. You're a collector. She lets the word sit there. Collector, she repeats, and it sounds lighter in her mouth. Do you think they'd accept me? I smile. I think they'd be excited to meet you. She laughs nervously. I don't even know how I'd explain my collection. Gesture around the room. Start with I love them. That's usually enough. She picks up the crooked teddy again. The leader, she says, tiny grin, nods solemnly. Still in charge? Maybe I don't have to hide them forever, she says. You don't, I say. And you don't have to do anything alone. She glances at me. You'd come with me? To a meetup full of plush toys? I'd bring snacks, she laughs. Realize she isn't just showing me her apartment anymore. She's showing me herself. She says yes, more like, okay, whispered, then after a pause. But if it's bad, we leave immediately. Deal, I say. No explanations, no pressure. She nods, still hugging the same rabbit like it's a flotation device. Night before the meetup, she does not sleep. No, because my phone lights up at 2:14 a.m. What if they think my collection is childish? 2:18. What if I don't belong there either? 2:22. Is it weird to bring pictures instead of an actual plushie? I answer everyone. You belong. We can leave whenever you want. Yes, pictures are normal. Please sleep, she replies. Okay. Thank you for staying calm when I can't. Meetup day. Small community center. Nothing fancy. Just a sign on the door. Collectors Meetup. Welcome. She stops walking. Full freeze. Her fingers curl into my sleeve. I can't, she whispers. I can't go in. I don't pull her. Don't push. Look, I say gently. Point through the window. Inside, people laughing. Tall guy holding a worn teddy bear like it's a beloved pet. Woman unpacking a plush dragon carefully, like it's glass. Someone our age showing photos on their phone and glowing with excitement. No one looks embarrassed. No one looks like they're hiding. She stares, breathing slows. They look normal, she says. They are, I say. So are you. She takes one step forward, then another, then freezes again. I lean down and whisper, "You don't have to talk." "I'll be right here." She nods. We walk in together, immediately greeted by a woman with kind eyes. "Hi, is that your first time here?" She tenses so hard I can feel it in the air. "Yes," she manages. I collect plush toys." The woman's smile gets bigger. "All kinds?" She blinks. "Yes." "Me too," the woman says, genuinely happy. "Do you have a favorite?" Silence. I watch her brace for impact. Then she smiles. "The older ones," she says. "The ones that look loved." The woman nods. "Oh, those are the best ones." My face when her shoulders drop. Minutes turn into an hour. She talks. She listens. She shows pictures. People lean in, interested, ask questions. No laughter, no judgment, no grow-up NPC lines. At one point, she looks at me, eyes shining like she's seeing color for the first time. "I didn't know this was allowed," she whispers. I smile. It always was. Afterward outside, air feels lighter. She exhales deep. "I didn't panic," she says, almost surprised. "I mean, a little, but I didn't run." "You stayed," I say. She nods. "I stayed." Then she looks up at me. "Thank you," she says, "for not letting me hide again." I shrug. "You were never meant to." She hesitates. Then she takes my hand. Something changes after that night, like she stops holding her breath. "Next time we're with friends for coffee," someone asks. "So, what are you into lately?" I watch her hesitate half a second, like she's choosing between hiding and living. Then she says it. "I collect plush toys." No apology, no joke to soften it, no, "haha, I know it's dumb." Table goes quiet. She braces. Then someone goes, "Oh, that's actually kind of cute," another person adds. "My sister collects vintage dolls. It's a whole thing." Conversation moves on like this is normal, because it is. My face when her hands stop shaking. Back at her place later, she moves differently, more open. She rearranges a shelf while I sit on the floor, handing her plushies one by one like we're doing teamwork therapy. "This one still needs cleaning," she says. "And that one? I'm thinking of fixing the seam." I nod. "You're really good at this." She pauses. "Hey, you think so?" "I know so." She smiles. Later, we're lying on the floor, surrounded by soft shapes and quiet light. She stares at the ceiling. "You know what's weird?" she says. "What?" "I don't feel stupid anymore." Turn my head to look at her. "That's not weird," I say. "That's healthy." She laughs softly. "I used to think being myself meant being alone." She glances at me. Guess I was wrong. My chest does the thing. I don't answer right away. Just brush my fingers against hers. She doesn't pull away. She turns her head toward me. Close. Really close. "Anon," she says quietly. "Why are you so patient with me?" I swallow. "Because you're worth being patient for." She freezes, eyes searching my face. She whispers, "That scares me a little." "Why?" "Because people don't usually stay this long." I'm not planning to leave. She inhales slowly, then exhales, and leans her head against my shoulder, like she finally believes she can. Days later, she stands in her doorway longer than usual, keys in hand, breathing slow. "I invited someone over," she says. "Who?" She hesitates. "A girl from the meetup. Just coffee. Nothing big." It's big. We both know it's big. She cleans things that are already clean, straightens plushies that don't need straightening, moves the same bear 3 times. I sit on the couch and let her have her ritual. Then she stops and looks at me. "Will you stay?" she asks. "Not like in the room, just here." "I'm not going anywhere," I say. The knock comes exactly on time. She jumps anyway. I stand, but she shakes her head. "I've got it." She opens the door. Girl smiles warm. "Hi, wow, your place is adorable." No awkward pause, just genuine enthusiasm. I watch her face change in real time, like her brain doesn't know what to do with kindness. "How did you organize them?" the girl asks. "And are those handmade repairs?" She answers. I hang back in the kitchen to give space, but I can hear her laugh, hear her explain where she found certain plushies, hear her say, "This one took me months to restore. I like the older ones. They feel lived in." At one point, she glances toward the kitchen, catches my eye, smiles. After the girl leaves, she leans on the door and exhales. "I did it," she whispers. "You did," I say. She turns to me. "Can I show you something?" Opens her phone, an online post drafted, photo of her collection. Caption, "My plush collection." Took a long time to stop hiding this. Finger hovering over post like it's a self-destruct button. "What if someone's mean?" she asks. "Then they're wrong," I say. "And you won't be alone?" She presses post, closes her eyes immediately. Minutes pass, phone buzzes, once, twice, again. She opens it carefully, eyes widen. "They're nice." Comments rolling in. "So cozy. Amazing collection. I collect too. Thank you for sharing." She laughs softly. "I thought it would hurt." "Does it?" I ask. She shakes her head. "No. It feels like breathing. We're at a small local fair. Nothing special. Food stalls, handmade crafts, a couple collector tables. She's relaxed, pointing things out to me. Then she freezes. I feel it immediately. Her hand tightens around my sleeve. "That's him," she whispers. Follow her gaze. There he is, standing near a stall, laughing with friends. The ex, the one who joked, the one who rolled his eyes, the one who made her hide. Her breathing goes shallow. "He hasn't seen me yet," she murmurs. "We can leave." I look at her. She's smaller again. I gently cover her hand with mine. "We can," I say, "but we don't have to." She swallows. "I don't want to feel stupid again." "You won't," I say quietly. "Not today." The ex turns, locks eyes with her. Recognition, then that familiar half smile. He starts walking toward us. My instinct says step in front, shield, before I do. She steps forward herself, my face when pride plus fear at the same time. "Well," the ex says, eyes flicking to me. "Didn't expect to see you here." She straightens her shoulders. "Hi," she says. The ex's eyes drift to a plush bear on a nearby table. Smirk activates. "Still into that stuff?" The words hang. I watch her hands. They don't shake. "No," she says calmly. The ex blinks. "No?" She smiles. "I'm into what makes me happy," she says. "And I don't hide it anymore." Silence. The ex scoffs. "Wow, you found someone who tolerates it?" I step closer. "I don't tolerate it," I say evenly. "I admire it." The ex stares at me, then back at her. For the first time. He doesn't laugh. He rolls his eyes and turns away. "Whatever. We don't watch his leave. Don't need to." She exhales slowly. "I didn't shrink," she whispers. "No," I say. "You stood." She looks at me, eyes bright. "Thank you," she says. "For what?" "For being here," she says. "For not letting me disappear." I brush my thumb against her hand. "You didn't disappear," I say. "You grew." We sit on a bench nearby. Fair noise fades into background static. She stares at her hands. "I was so scared," she admits, "that if someone saw all of me, they'd leave. And now," she looks up, "now I think I was just with the wrong people." I nod, then say the thing that's been sitting in my chest. "I like you," I say. "All of you." Her breath hitches. She laughs quietly. "You know," she says, "I think I fell in love with you all over again." The words are fragile. I don't hesitate. "I'm in love with you too." She leans into me. One morning, I wake up in her apartment. Sunlight through the curtains. Plush toys lining shelves. She's asleep beside me, curled slightly toward my side. Small bear tucked under her arm, like it's always belonged there. She looks peaceful. Later, she makes coffee, talks about reorganizing a shelf. "Not to hide anything," she says quickly. "Just to make space. Maybe for new ones." "New ones?" I ask. She smiles over her mug. "Yeah," she says. "I don't want to stop collecting. I just don't want it to be the only thing that lives here." She looks around. "This place feels different now." "How?" "Like I don't have to protect it," she says. "Or myself." She starts inviting people over, slowly, on her terms. Friends from the meetup, a coworker, then another. "This is my collection." People nod, Ask questions, smile. Every time she glances at me, checking, every time I nod back. One evening we're lying on the floor, surrounded by soft shapes, her head on my chest, tracing small circles on my arm. I used to think love meant tolerating me, she says, or ignoring parts of me. I stay quiet. I don't think that anymore. I kiss the top of her head. What do you think now? She smiles, eyes closed. I think love is when I don't feel like hiding. And you still stay. My chest tightens. You were never something to hide, I say. You were just waiting to be seen. Later, she pauses in the doorway, looks back at the room, shelves, bed, soft shapes everywhere. Then she looks at me. This is the first time, she says. My apartment feels like home. I step behind her, wrap my arms around her. Good, I say quietly, because I'm not going anywhere. She leans back into me, and for the first time in her life, she doesn't feel strange. She feels whole.